Hey guys, welcome back to Charlotte Mortgage Insights. Today we are continuing a series where we're talking about homeowners insurance, and today's topic is specifically about when should you actually file a claim. You know, if you've got your golf club stolen from your car in the driveway, is that worthy of filing an insurance claim? Or if you had a massive water leak in your property, is that more likely for you to file a claim? And what are the consequences of filing a claim when you really shouldn't? So today we're going to be brought back in with Stephen, and we're going to be brought back in with Maz to talk about this topic. And Stephen, I wanted to send this right over to you because you had an experience a few years ago where you had a water claim. Tell us about what happened with that and the extent of that claim that you had to take care of.
I'll remember it. I don't really want to, but we had no choice. We woke up in the morning and I stepped out of bed and I had water up to my ankles. And at that point in time, we lived in a 3-story house, and one of the kids had flushed a toilet in the middle of the night, and the toilet broke and it overflowed like water out of a boot for all night. And that was on the 3rd story, and there was a vent in that bathroom. And long story short, water went 3rd story to the main level to the basement. That wall was also where the panel was. So it was emergency, and it was a little bit scary, but thankfully I worked with a local, insurance agent like Maz, and was able to call them and say, what do I do? They said, get out of the house. We've got remediation people coming. We're going to take care of it. And that led to us actually having to be out of the house for about 2 months with mold and flooring and all kind of stuff. But that was a necessity, but it was a major water claim. So Maz, I'll kind of kick it over to you.
Yeah.
Talk about the difference of major, minor, and things you just want to keep to yourself when it comes to claims.
Yeah, now that I would consider that one major, but I have seen some that are minor, which as an agent, I like to explain the consequences of filing a claim. Or should you or shouldn't you? Right. That's why you shop local. That's why you have somebody that you can call and talk to them about it. And they're never going to tell you yes or no, you should or shouldn't, but they can at least explain the consequences of filing the claim. Right. So insurance is there for catastrophes. It's not there for your leak under your faucet that's going to cost you $500, right? The $500, but your deductible is $1,000. There's no need to file the claim. Even if you're going to get $500 back, pay out of pocket. If you file a claim, it stays with you for 5 years. Water claims are the worst. This is red flag every day. The insurance company is going to want to know what happened. So if you can afford to pay out of pocket, do it. If you can afford a higher deductible, do it. So the consequences, you file 2 claims. Let's say that you file 2 claims within a 3-year period. It's going to make it harder for you to get insurance after that period because you've got a history now of filing claims, and that's given enough data to the insurance company to say, we don't want it, right? Or we'll take it, but we're going to charge you double. So you end up paying more over time than if you would have paid out of pocket. So talk to your agent and they can help guide you, to make your decision.
Thanks, Maz. That's a great breakdown. So in my case, I had no choice. I had to file a claim. You're talking about claims. What are some of the more common claims, like when people actually need to use insurance? What do you guys see? Is it just water and roofs, or is there other things that come in?
Yeah, an array of things, but water specifically, more than not, right? Because it doesn't take a lot of water to do a lot of damage.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a slow leak that's drips and drips and drips, and then boom, and you've got mold issues. We've seen trees fall on fences, or a tree limb falls on a house and part of the roof.
All right, so hold on.
I know what you're going to ask, and I'll answer it. If your tree falls on your neighbor's house, your neighbor is responsible for the insurance. Like, their insurance has to cover it, but your insurance could pay for the fence if it meets the deductible requirements.
There it is, folks. We've answered the question right from the expert. There it is.
Yeah, there you go. So I hope that helps. I mean, like I said earlier, you really want to question whether you're going to file the claim or not. It's you don't want to file if you're going to get back $500, you don't want to file that claim. In my opinion, you don't want to file that claim because you're going to pay more in the long run.
If people don't own a home and they're watching this, they more than likely own a car, right? And it's as simple as auto insurance. If you have a little tiny fender bender and it's $200, you're not going to get insurance involved because it's going to tack on and drive your policy up for many, many years. So it's the same principle, but the same principle applies is don't make that decision alone. Have a professional, have an expert that you can call and say, hey, here's what I'm dealing with. And like you said, we're not going to tell you what to do, but we're going to explain the pros and the cons. And that's what we talk about on this channel: due diligence, understanding, working with people that are going to be there when you need them to make super important decisions, not only for today, but the ramifications and opportunity cost of what that can do for, months and years on down the road.
That's right. Listen, the only reason you buy insurance is because you're worried about filing a claim. I mean, why else would you buy, right? Is your insurance going to cover that claim, right? So it obviously depends on what you're filing. But I think that's why you shop local. Talk to your agent. You call an 800 number, you don't know who you're going to get when you call. It's not going to be the same person every time. So just find somebody that you can call. But hopefully it's us, right? But if it's not, just make sure that you do your due diligence as far as finding an agent. Look at the reviews. So we have 700 5-star reviews because our service, our customers are important to us, right? And we understand picking up the phone is important. Responding to an email is important, right? It's the little things that matter. And I think that value matters, I think.
Yep, for sure. Absolutely. Well, hey guys, if you're getting any value out of this video, give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Maz, we appreciate you jumping on. I'm going to put all of Maz's information in the video description below. If you want to talk to him about getting a quote, please reach out to him. Of course, if you need a mortgage or need help finding a house, Stephen and my information is all down below as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.